Initially, the Garden of Surging Waves site was to be located in what was historically Astoria's Chinatown, over on Astor Street, close to the waterfront. The city had a piece of property over there. It was a small park, and that was the initial location for the Garden of Surging Waves. However, along the way, when the city started having some more discussion about redevelopment of what we now call Heritage Square in the heart of downtown, City Councilor Arlene Lemire proposed that maybe the Garden of Surging Waves could be relocated over to the Heritage Square site. And so the concept was brought up and discussed with the mayor and with the rest of the city council. Ultimately, the mayor appointed a group of citizens. Some were downtown merchants, some were involved in the history of our community through the Clatsop County Historical Society or the Columbia River Maritime Museum, and also members of the Chinese Park Committee to really work with the project architect Swin Ho to see whether or not the Garden of Surging Waves would fit elegantly within the overall design scheme of Heritage Square. So this committee worked and came up with a concept that was put forward to the Chinese Park Committee for their review. And Chinese Park Committee really looked at the proposal, and they were really kind of wringing their hands of, did they want the site moved to what was a much more, I'm going to say, prominent location, albeit it wasn't in historical Chinatown. It had tremendous amount of presence within the heart of our community, across the street from City Hall. And they didn't know whether that was almost a little bit too flashy or too much for be seen as too much. But what was great is Duncan Law, who was a part of that committee, was silent through most of the meeting. And then lots of debate was happening between the committee members, and then they turned to Duncan, and Duncan said, it's good, it's a good idea. And everyone really then, I think their concerns were assuaged. They felt more comfortable, and they ultimately voted that yes, the Garden of Surging Waves should be relocated to Heritage Square, to the heart of our downtown, to the heart of our community. And some of the other things which were, came out of that was the site was a bigger site. What was once maybe a little bit more of a cramped design, albeit nice, now had a little bit more room, had a little bit more space to become the public and community gathering space it is today.